Hello my dear children, welcome to my channel. So this is chemistry. But in this reaction mechanism part, previously we discussed about free radical mechanism, and in this free radical mechanism we have seen halogenations of the alkane. Even we have seen the mechanism for the halogenation of alkane. But then afterward, after the halogenation of alkane, we have seen that is addition of chlorine, addition of bromine to the alkane. And whatever the mechanism we have seen for the addition of chlorine or bromine for the alkane, the next one we have seen the addition of iodine to the alkane, which is a reversible process. And to make the reaction in a forward direction, we are using some strong oxidizing agent like a HiO3 or HNO3, right? So this is one of the part of the free radical mechanism or free radicals reaction was over. The next one we can say one more is called as a free radical substitution reaction is there, and that is about allylic substitution. So today's this is also same thing, beta. We are discussing about the free radical substitution reactions mein, but here the another free radical reaction we are going to see. Free radical substitution reaction. But in this free radical substitution mein, till now we have completed halogenation of alkane, means addition of halogen to the alkane, called as the chlorination, bromination and iodination. Even we have seen the mechanism involved in it, initiation, propagation and termination. But today's in the class, for the free radical substitution mein, the part which one we are going to discuss called as a allylic substitution. But this is called as a allylic substitution. You know, but most of the students, they don't know what is the allyl group and what is the allylic carbon. So first of all, we should know about what is the allyl group. But for allyl group, this is called as a allyl group. CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2 free bond. See beta, once again I will tell you. This free bond present on the carbon must be sp3 hybridized. The free bond present on the carbon must be sp3 hybridized. But these sp3 hybridized carbon is called as a allylic carbon. Sir, it is also called as a what? Allylic carbon. Or we can say C double bond C bonded with a carbon called as a allylic carbon. One example I want to show you beta for allylic carbon and all. See here. One example. Suppose it is a ring and it is a double bond. But a carbon double bonded carbon attached with this carbon is called as a allylic carbon. This carbon is called as a what? Allylic carbon. Even better, this carbon is also called as a what? Allylic carbon. This carbon is called as a what? Allylic carbon. Because C double bond C bonded with the carbon, and do you know this carbon is a sp3 hybridized. sp3 hybridized. One more example I will show you. It is a ring is here and it is having a double bond here. See beta, C double bond C bonded with a carbon. This carbon is a sp3 hybridized carbon. So this carbon is called as a allylic carbon. So what is the allyl group beta? CH2 double bond C bonded with a CH2 free bond. And did you saw beta here? This free bond present over the sp3 hybridized carbon. So these sp3 hybridized carbon called as a allylic carbon. Did you understand beta? Once again check it here. What is allylic carbon? But on all these one, this is a allyl group bonded with a sp3 hybridized carbon called as a allylic carbon. You can see carbon double bonded carbon. It is a sp3 hybridized carbon, allylic carbon, allylic carbon. Carbon double bond carbon, sp3 hybridized carbon, allylic carbon. One more I will show you. One more. Can you tell me, sir, in this one, which one is the allylic carbon? Sir, I will tell you. Carbon, see beta, carbon double bonded with carbon and it is attached with a sp3 hybridized carbon, and this sp3 hybridized carbon is called as a what? Allylic carbon. So once we understood allylic carbon, then it is easy for us to do the substitution for the allylic carbon, right? So this is we are discussing today about the allylic substitutions, and for these allylic substitutions, first of all, we should know what is the allyl group and what is the position of the allylic carbon, right? Next one, beta. In this video, I explain you what is the position of allylic carbon. That one we did. But the next one we will see now. This allylic substitution can take place in presence of what? So I will tell you. So allylic substitution, it can takes place in presence of, how about it can take place in presence of what? The first one, addition of halogen at high temperature. So whenever you saw in any reaction, beta, if you are adding the halogen and that to be at very high temperature means condition is there, nearly 400 to 600 degrees centigrade should be there, beta. Addition of halogen at high temperature means nearly 400 to 600 degrees centigrade is there. Then we can say, sir, that reaction will favor allylic substitution. Or second part, beta, allylic substitution can take place if we are using NBS. Do you know what is a NBS, sir? Beta, NBS called as a N-bromosuccinamide. An addition of NBS in presence of sunlight. Presence of sunlight means obviously free radical mechanism or free radical reaction is there. Or we can say, beta, in presence of what we can say, temperature is a very high temperature, that is heat, 400 to 600 degrees centigrade, right? That we can say heat, or we can say it is in presence of high temperature. But in any reaction, if you saw high temperature, nearly 400 to 600, it favor free radical allylic. If NBS is there, free radical allylic. Addition of halogen at high temperature like 400 to 600, that is also free radical mechanism and allylic substitution. But one more is that, one more indicate it is a FR mechanism. And what is that, you know? SO2Cl2, beta. SO2Cl2 called as a, yes, sulfuryl chloride. SO2Cl2 called as a what? Sir, it is called as a sulfuryl chloride. And these, whenever you saw this kind of reaction, think that, so we are favoring the allylic substitution, and that to be in presence of what? Free radical mechanism. So beta, in presence of these, all these one, either first one or second one or third one, so we are performing allylic substitution in presence allylic substitution with a FR mechanism. FR called as a what? Free radical mechanism. We'll see some examples beta here. One point is that I want to tell you. Do you know alkene? Alkene. So compound containing double bond. But wherever this alkene is there, alkene, it shows addition reaction, because it contains double bond, means it is unsaturated, and this unsaturated compound always shows addition reaction. But in presence of above reagent, in presence of above reagent, what is the above reagents are there? Addition of halogen in presence at high temperature, or NBS, or sulfuryl chloride. Among these, any one, beta. So alkene always shows addition reaction, but in presence of above reagent, alkene shows, yes sir, alkene shows substitution reaction. Please beta remember this point. Alkene shows addition reaction, but in presence of these above reagent, this alkene can shows what? Substitution reaction. I want to show you beta this example also here. How to go with a addition of these, but the alkene it shows addition, but in presence of this above reagent, how it shows substitution reaction, that one we will see here. One example I will show you. One second. Shall I take out beta this part? Right, one second, I will take out. But I want to show you the reaction of alkene, because I told you alkene containing double bond means it shows the addition reaction, but in presence of these reagent. What is the reagent beta? The first one is either we can say addition of halogens at a very high temperature. Sir, what is this high temperature means? It is somewhat nearly 400 to 600 degrees centigrade. Second one, either it is in presence of NBS, and third one, that is a SO2Cl2. But in presence of these reagent, it always shows allylic substitution and it favor what? FR mechanism called as a free radical mechanism. Okay, check it here, beta. This is a CH2 double bond CH2. I want to write here alkene, but I want to write here alkene. So it is a CH2. We can take the unsymmetrical alkene, beta. CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH3. And we want to add here as a chlorine, that is the addition of halogen. See, but the same reaction I want to write here. CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH3. And now I am adding the chlorine. See, but in presence of carbon tetrachloride and in presence of a ordinary temperature, we can say low temperature. But addition of halogen in the unsymmetrical alkene, do you know what is meant by unsymmetrical alkene? But if you break the double bond, we are not getting equal number of carbon on either side. We are not getting equal number of hydrogen on either side. That is called as a unsymmetrical alkene. But if you break the double bond and if you are getting equal number of carbon and hydrogen on either side, then it will be called as a symmetrical alkene. So this is a what? Symmetrical or unsymmetrical, beta? This is a unsymmetrical alkene. We are adding what? Halogen. In presence of carbon tetrachloride, temperature is low. So low temperature, this one is there, means alkene, as it is a double bond has there, it undergoes addition reaction. But addition reaction means breaking the pi bond, adding one Cl here, I am getting CH2, then CH, then CH3, it is bonded with a Cl, it is bonded with a Cl. This reaction called as a addition reaction and obtain product called as a 1,2 dichloro-propane. Yes sir, 1,2 dichloro-propane. Second one, see here, addition of halogen in the unsymmetrical alkene. But now what I will do, in this one I am going to put the arrow here. What is that? A temperature is very high temperature. But a high temperature means obviously 400 to 600 degrees centigrade. So did you saw among these three any one if it is there, it undergoes allylic substitution. Right, beta? It undergoes allylic substitution or it will go with the FR mechanism. Now addition of chlorine to the unsymmetrical alkene at very high temperature. But a very high temperature means obviously what does it favor? Sir, it favors free radical mechanism. So what is a FR, beta? FR is called as a free radical mechanism. As it favors free radical mechanism, what will happen? You know, allylic substitution take place and these halogen will attack on this carbon. But do you know what is this carbon called as a? It's called as a allylic carbon. Cl will attack here and I am going to get the product CH2, CH, then CH2 and Cl. But one Cl from here, one H from here, and it came out and we got this product. See, but this product which one we are going to get, it is only based on what? Only based on the reagent we are using. If the temperature is low, it undergoes addition, and if the temperature is high, but it undergoes FR mechanism, means this is called as a substitution reaction. Means one of the hydrogen was substituted by chlorine. But this is called as a addition, means breaking of a pi bond and adding of the two halogens here. So it is called as a addition reaction. See, beta, in this video, which one I am going to discuss today about the FR mechanism or free radical substitution. What is that, beta? In presence of high temperature, somewhere 400 to 600 degrees centigrade, it favors free radical reactions. NBS, free radical. Sulfuric chloride, free radical. One example I have shown you. Generally, alkene undergoes addition reaction, beta, but alkene in presence of these reagent, which reagent? High temperature or NBS or SO2Cl2, it undergoes substitution reaction, and you can see I am getting here different product because we change the reagent. I am getting different product here because we change the reagent. Right? See, beta, once again. Clear? Shall we discuss one more example? 1 second. I will discuss one more example. Now, instead of taking this unsymmetrical alkene, we will take, beta, some ring chain compound. Ring-chain compound I will take. But a reagent is same thing. High temperature, somewhat around 400 to 600 degrees centigrade. Second one is NBS, N-bromosuccinamide, and third one is SO2Cl2, called as a what? Sulfuryl chloride. Right, beta? Here, one example I want to discuss with you. Just here, what is that? Okay, we are having a beta alkene. This is also called as an alkene. Do you know? Unsymmetrical alkene. But in this unsymmetrical alkene, I am adding the halogen. Do you know, beta? Addition of halogen will take place at a very high temperature, 550 degrees centigrade. What will happen, sir? If the temperature is very high, that is in between 400 to 600, what we will do, sir? In this case, it undergoes allylic substitution. Sir, it undergoes allylic substitution. Means, beta, where is the allylic carbon? You know, carbon double bonded with carbon, which is bonded with a carbon is called as a sp3 hybridized carbon, and this sp3 hybridized carbon containing hydrogen was replaced by Cl. Now, one of the H is here, out of two, one H is replaced by Cl, and we are going to get the product in this way. Carbon double bond carbon, and this C bonded with a Cl, remaining byproduct is HCl. What does it say, beta? It is a allylic substitution or free radical mechanism. One more example I want to show you for allylic, beta. One more example for allylic. Sir, I am having a toluene. Do you know? Beta, in this toluene, we are having, this is a allylic carbon having a hydrogen. And now we are adding again the chlorine. Beta, reagent also same. What is that? Instead of taking the temperature as a 550, so temperature is 600 degrees centigrade. Means very high temperature, free radical substitution. Indirectly it shows allylic substitutions. But this is the allylic positions of the carbon, and on this allylic position of carbon containing hydrogen was replaced by chlorine, and we are getting here, this is the product. CH3 becomes CH2 bonded with HCl, remaining is what? HCl. Right? These all are the examples of what? Allylic substitution we have seen. So what is a allylic substitution, beta? For allylic substitution, among these three, any one reagent should be there. Temperature should be very high, means in between 400 to 600. Beta, if somebody says that, sir, in my book it is written as a 650, okay, beta, it doesn't matter. But it should not go to the 900 to 1000. In between 400 to 600 or 700. In presence of NBS, what is NBS? N-bromosuccinamide. In presence of sulfuryl chloride, what is the sulfuryl chloride? SO2Cl2. This presence of among these three, anyone is there, it always favor free radical mechanism, that is free radical substitution, and that will be called as a what? Allylic substitution. Right? Take a screenshot, beta. Some more examples we will see. But among all these examples now, we will see at least one of the mechanism of allylic substitution. What is the mechanism of allylic substitution? Cl. So this one we are going to discuss about mechanism of allylic substitution. Sir, what is the mechanism of allylic substitution? That one we will see here. 1 second. But actually, what is the reactions we have seen? Actually, example, this is example. CH2 double bond CH single bond CH3 with the addition of chlorine in presence of sunlight. One of the H replaced by Cl. CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2 Cl plus of HCl. Actually, this is the reaction is there, and we are going to discuss now mechanism behind it. Sir, mechanism of this one will occur in the 3 steps. Step number 1 called as a chain initiation. Sir, chain initiation means halogen is there, chlorine. But if it is in presence of sunlight, it was written here. If sunlight is not given, what they can give, beta? They can give here as a high temperature. So I should write very high temperature, nearly 600 degrees centigrade. It will undergo homolytic cleavage and form free radical mechanism. See, beta, chlorine and chlorine free radical form here. It is the initiation. But what is the second step? sir, called as a chain propagation. One is a initiation, other one is a propagation. But a propagation में whatever the reagents are there, we should write here CH2 double bond, CH single bond. This CH3 can be written as this way, and Cl radical will attack over it. But why this Cl radical will attack only on this carbon hydrogen? Because it is going to form a more stable free radical. But on here, getting radical on this carbon is highly unstable, because carbon double bonded carbon radical is unstable. So getting radical on this one is more stable. I'll show you. It is here CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH2 and radical, and again beta, what is that? H radical and Cl radical together they form here as a HCl. See beta, it is having resonance also. Pi bond sigma bond radical, that because of the resonance it will be considered as a more stable free radical. Now second part, these obtain this allyl free radical beta, allyl radical, we can say CH2 double bond CH, single bond CH2 free radical. It again combining with a what? Chlorine molecules present here. Again it form free radical, this will attack on here, and we got the actual product what we required. CH2 CH, CH2 Cl plus what happened beta? Again Cl radical came off. See beta, this is the only major product what we required, we got it here. That to be where we are getting in the propagation state. Cl radical will attack here, again it will come back. Did you saw it in my previous video mein? Halogenation of alkane mein, propagation mein, again the reaction is repeating continuously and forming the product. Now the third step will be called as a chain termination. The third step will be called as a what beta? Chain termination. Means we have to stop the reactions. But how this reaction can be stopped? Do you know? To stop this reaction, whatever the free radical available here, collect all the free radical. Cl, Cl radical, Cl radical. So one is a Cl radical. But again, other than Cl radical, this is a allyl radical. CH2 double bond, CH single bond, CH2 radical. But a Cl radical can combine with a Cl radical to form Cl2 is one of the product. But a allyl free radical can combine with a one more allyl free radical, and they form this compound 1, 2, 3. How would a CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2. See now, this radical attack with this one CH2 CH2 then CH then double bond CH2. See what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 means HEX. 6 means HEX. Double bond present between 1 and 2. 1. 5 and 6. 5, 6. DIENE. One of the product I got it. And third one, beta, these two combine with each other. CH2 double bond, CH single bond, CH2 radical, all combining with Cl radical. We got here as a major product, right? So this is a mechanism of allylic substitutions, whatever we have seen. But instead of high temperature, if they put here SO2Cl2, same. NBS, same. I'll show the mechanism with NBS also, right? Take a screenshot of this one. But one more example based on that one we will do. On this one, same. We have written all these things. Now I want to show you the reaction in the form of a bond line formula. And based on bond line formula, beta, please try to write the mechanism as well as the product. So first of all, I will go with a example and then we will go with a mechanism behind it. A question is given such a beta here. Question is given 1, 2, 3, 4 double bond, right sir? See beta, 1, 2, 3, 4, that is a double bond. Sir, addition of chlorine take place at a temperature of 600 degrees centigrade. But what is the product was obtained here? They are asking what are the products was obtained here. So just you can go through the mechanism and try to find out the product here. Chalo, we'll go with the mechanism better. The first one I want to go with the mechanism. What is the first step, sir? The first step is the chain initiation. Sir, what is there in the chain initiation? Cl will react with the Cl at a very high temperature. It will form chlorine free radical, chlorine free radical. But what is the second step? Sir, chain propagation. We are getting the second step is a what? Chain propagation. But a chain propagation means this is the product is there. Once you see 1, 2, 3 double bond, Cl radical will attack over it. But what happened, you know, carbon double bonded with carbon, and now I am having this carbon bonded with the H here and this carbon bonded with the H here. So what we can say, either it will form these radical or these radicals. So we can say formation of these radical is highly stable because it will have resonance pi sigma radical. So it is going to form 1, 2, 3 double bond and radical beta. So one H will come out, that H radical will attack with the Cl radical and it form HCl. Second one beta, these radical which is obtained here, these radical which is obtained here, again it is combining with the Cl and Cl. What it form beta? It forms Cl radical will attack over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 and I got Cl here, plus remaining is what beta? Cl radical. Reaction goes back, reaction comes here. It is a repeated process, will be there in the propagation, and I got one of the product. Is it clear beta? Yes sir. The product which is obtained here, 1, 2, 3 double bond and Cl. Plus one more product, we'll check it now. Sir, third one we have chain termination. Please remember beta, in termination whatever the radicals are available in the process, collect all the radical. We are having Cl radical, yes sir, but it combined with Cl to form the Cl2. We are having these allyl radical. Check it with allyl radical. 1, 2, 3 double bond. It is also combining with 1, 2, 3 double bond. But they both combine to each other and what they can form, I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, see what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double bond. These radical. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double bond. These radical. They both combine together and we got the product. Right sir? This is a one more possible product I can get it. Yes sir. This is also one of the most important byproduct I am getting. I don't know whether it is stable or not, but one of the byproduct I got it. Third one, this will combine with this one. Yes sir. This is there combining with Cl radical and we got 1, 2, 3, 4 double bond and Cl attack over it. We got here. So see beta, when these unsymmetrical alkene combine with chlorine at a high temperature, something called as a 600 degrees centigrade, we are getting the two products. Is it clear beta? With the help of initiation, propagation and as well as termination, we are able to find out the product obtained during the free radical substitution or during the allylic substitution. And do you know beta, this is a allylic carbon. Check it beta, this is allylic carbon. Somebody will say that, sir, why not the chlorine will attack on this carbon? Sir, this carbon never be allylic. Carbon double bonded carbon, next to it the carbon called as allylic carbon, and formation of the free radical will be most stable free radical will form at the allylic position where we are getting the byproduct as a at the allylic position or allylic carbon. This will be called as a what? Allylic substitution. Right? Take a screenshot of this one. But maybe somebody are thinking, sir, why you make the radical here? Why not is this carbon? But I'll tell you, formation of these radical is a most stable free radical beta here. But one more possibility is there. One more. I don't know. Just I'll show you. Sir, one more free radical can form here. But you can see pi sigma sigma. We don't have any conjugation here. But in this case, we have the conjugation. Pi bond, sigma bond and radical. Sir, wherever the conjugation is there, stability will be more. And pi sigma sigma, we don't have conjugation, stability will be less. So this will be a less stable free radical. This will be a most stable free radical. Most stable free radical mein I got the compound. Sir, we can say this compound is a major. And one more possibility is there, but I don't know because in the book they never give. But here one more Cl will form here, and we can say, sir, this is the minor product will form, and this one is is a byproduct will be formed. Because in the exam they ask beta how many products are there, product 1, product 2 and one more third one, right? But in this one all this process mein product 1, 2 and 3 mein beta product 1, 2 and 3 mein, did you saw here, this one is a major because it formed the most stable free radical. This one is a minor because it formed the less stable free radical. And this one is one of the byproduct we got in the chain termination reaction. Is it clear beta? So one is a most stable free radical beta where it formed the major, one is a less stable free radical that will be minor, and this is one of the byproduct obtained in the termination step, right? Please take a screenshot beta. Yes beta, now we will go one more called as a NBS. Do you know NBS? N-bromosuccinamide. That NBS part we will see now. 1 second. NBS, N-bromosuccinamide. Sir, whenever you saw here as a NBS, beta, it will be called as a N-bromosuccinamide. That is a NBS. Sir, in this NBS way, wherever NBS is there, thus we have to go with a, sir, it is also shows allylic substitution reaction. But what is the allylic substitution reaction? That at the allylic position halogen is going to attack. That means bromine is going to attack. Bromo is there now. So bromine is going to attack at the allylic position. Examples are here. Suppose we are having unsymmetrical alkene. CH2 double bond CH single bond CH3. And now instead of adding Br2 Cl2, what I will do? Simply I will put here as a NBS. Sir, HNu, obviously free radical mechanism. But wherever light is there, it favors what? HNu means it is nothing but the sunlight. Means it favors what? Free radical substitution. But BS means bromine. Bromine will attack on this carbon. Carbon called as a what? Allylic carbon. I got CH2 double bond, CH single bond, CH2 Br. Remaining is beta HBr as the byproduct. See here, this is called as a NBS. Same way, one more example, same. It is a allylic position of the carbon. I am putting here again as a NBS in presence of sunlight HNu. Beta Br is going to attack on which position? Allylic carbon. Br is going to attack. Br is going to attack on where? It is going to attack on the allylic positions of the carbon. Is it clear beta? Everything we have seen, these all are the example of what? Allylic substitution. Please take a screenshot of this one also. But one more example I want to show you. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are having double bond. Right? I am going to put beta now NBS, N-bromosuccinamide in presence of sunlight. So unsymmetrical alkene, addition of NBS, what will happen and where the product is going to form? I will show you beta. Allylic position of carbon is here. Means my Br is going to attack on this position. Means there is a possibility that my Br can attack over here. But you can see beta, pi bond, sigma bond and radical is a highly stable radical and Br will attack here. But one more possibility is there. One more possibility is there, sir. Suppose I will break this pi bond. So I am getting one radical here, one radical here. But one more radical form here. So one more radical will be here. Do you know these two radicals, they combine to each other and forming here as a pi bond. And these radical may beta now my Br will attack over here. So I am getting the two product. I repeat beta here. If you break a pi bond, I got the radical, but actually in presence of NBS, sunlight beta, I am getting this position of the carbon, the free radical is there, which is a most stable. And suppose if you break the pi bond here, one radical will form pi bond, one radical left where Br will attack. We can say, sir, this one is the most stable free radical which will form major product, and this one will form as a less stable free radical which will form the minor product. See beta, what is the most stable free radical formed by, 1, 2, 3 pi bond, most stable free radical. Here 1, 2, 3 pi bond on this side and less stable free radical. But this is the product obtained due to the less stable free radical, and this is the product obtained due to the what? Most stable free radical. And hence we are getting the two product. One is a major, another one is a minor. Is it clear, beta? Did you understand here? Means if you want to show you this mechanism, we can show in this way, sir. 1, 2, 3 pi bond. It is a one of the radical. This radical is a what? Most stable free radical, beta. Sir, how you know it is a most stable? Pi bond, sigma bond and radical. It is having resonance. And another one is that, sir, this is the another free radical which will be considered as a what? Least stable free radical. But a product obtained due to least stable free radical is a minor product, and product obtained due to the most stable free radical is a major product. Right? Please note down this one. Now, one more example. But one more example. This is called as a methyl benzene. But this is called as a methyl benzene. This is called as a methyl benzene. Sir, this methyl benzene is also called as a toluene. It is also called as a what, beta? Toluene. And now I am using same beta, NBS, in presence of sunlight. They are asking how many products it will obtain. We will check it, beta. It forms this carbon double bonded carbon, and it is having this allylic position of carbon where it formed the radical. CH2 radical. So this is called as a benzyl free radical. Sir, it is the most stable free radical. It is the most stable free radical because see beta, pi sigma radical. So as it has a pi sigma radical, it is the most stable free radical. And on this most stable free radical, what we are going to attack, beta? NBS ka Br is going to attack, and NBS ka Br when it is going to attack, what it will form? So it will form the bromine will attack at the allylic position of the carbon, and we got the product. How many product we got, sir? Here, sir, we are getting only one product, because no other cases where we are having any allylic carbon. Is it clear, sir? Is it clear? Very good. But one more you try it. I'll write the question and just let me know how many product it will form here. How many product it will form here. These are the pi bonds, correct? And this is the ethyl group attached to it. And again, beta, it is having a NBS in presence of sunlight. Can you tell me how many product it will form here? NBS means obviously n-bromosuccinamide, allylic substitution will be there. But how many product it will form? Yes, sir. How many? Very good, sir. Those who are having only one product, that will be the correct answer. Means one comes here, one more come here. Br will attack on this position, beta. Because this is a allylic carbon. See, beta, carbon double bonded with carbon. Bonded with carbon is called as a allylic carbon, and my bromine will attack on that position, which is a most stable, and hence we can say, sir, only one product will be formed during the NBS on this, what can say, ethyl benzene. This will be called as a what, beta? Sir, this will be called as a ethyl benzene, and allylic substitution of ethyl benzene gives rise to only one product. Is it clear? Right, sir. Now, but a question based on the IIT level. IIT level means sometimes they are asking in this concept in the IIT. That what I want to discuss with you. What is that here, beta? Suppose I am having one of the unsymmetrical alkane. See, beta, unsymmetrical alkane, and We are using the same beta, NBS in presence of sunlight. Can you try and tell me beta how many product it will obtain here? Just please pause the video and get the number of product obtained during the NBS over this unsymmetrical alkane. But during this one, first of all, we'll go with a free radical mechanism where it formed. Carbon double bonded carbon and this position of the carbon called as a allelic position. Carbon double bond carbon and this position of carbon called as a allelic position. See beta, the first radical which can form here as a, it is a CH3 here, and one radical will form here beta, because one H is there. If you will take out one radical here, second possibility beta, it will form this radical also. It will take out H from here, it will form this radical. But it is a carbon radical bonded with a 1, 2, 3 carbon. So we can say this is a tertiary free radical. It is a carbon radical bonded with only 2 carbons. So called as a secondary carbon free radical. Right, beta? It is a secondary carbon free radical and it is a tertiary carbon free radical. It is a secondary carbon free radical. We got two here. That is a tertiary and a secondary. But if there is a possibility is that if we break these bond, which bond? See sir, after formation of this one second. Sir, after formation of these three tertiary radical, but I'll write on this side. Here, it is a pi bond, it is a CH3, it is a tertiary free radical. But another one is that I am getting here CH3 will be here and I am getting one more radical. It will be called as a secondary radical. But if we break this pi bond, there is a possibility is that sir, we can get one CH3 here. These radical and these radical will make a pi bond and we got one more radical. See beta, from this tertiary carbon free radical, I got one more secondary carbon free radical. Here also secondary, here also secondary. But if you break this pi bond, from here we can get one more free radical. Check it sir. This free radical will make a bond, but I got one more free radical and CH3. See beta, this one radical, this one radical, this one radical, this one. How many? 4 possible radical I got. So based on that I am getting the 4 product. So write down the product with respect to this one. So it is a cyclohexene bonded with a CH3 NBS का Br will attack here, tertiary. Second possibility beta, Br will attack on here. That is a cyclohexene, then CH3, Br will attack here beta. Beta, Br will attack on this part also. Sir, it is a cyclohexene attached with a CH3 and now my Br will attack here beta. My Br will attack here. And in the last case, sir, it is a CH3 bonded with this radical attack with the Br and this is a Br will attack with here and we got a double bond. See beta, all are the 4 product we got. Overall, we are getting here as a 4 product during the allelic substitution. Is it clear beta? When we do the NBS over this unsymmetrical alkene, I am getting the 4 possible product. Among these all the 4 possible product, which one is the most stable? So this is a tertiary, this is a secondary, this is a secondary, even this is also beta secondary carbon free radical. But among all, this is a tertiary, means I can say this one is the major and the most stable product was obtained. Is it clear beta? So by this today, whatever we discuss now up to here, that means we completed beta free radical substitution, complete reaction was over. Means we started with the what is the free radical substitution. There we have seen the different type of free radical and we have completed all the different type of the free radical. Even we have seen the allelic substitution based on the free radical mechanism. Right? Thank you beta. If you like my video, please like it, share it, and if possible, please try to share this video for more number of students, those who really want these videos. Thank you, beta. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.